Is the NFT market back? I'm not sure. But Doodles made a huge announcement yesterday that they have raised $54 million at a $704 million valuation, and the market did react. We're going to dive deep into the big news. What does that mean for you? What does it mean for the market? What does it mean for Doodle holders? And most importantly, what does the future look like? You're going to learn about this and more only on Goats in the Metaverse. Without further ado, my partner in crime, the man with the glasses, the other goat, Jossie, welcome to the show, my friend.
I like that intro, Stanley. I think we're going to make that a standard format. Welcome. Thank you, man. It's good to be here.
The energy is up. The market is still kind of in the shitter, but big news coming out of Doodles. We're going to dive deep into that. But before we get into it, let's check in. What is the market actually doing? Let's talk about the floor prices. Where do we stand? It is Wednesday morning. Bored Ape Yacht Club leading the way at 73 Ethereum. Do you remember when Bored Ape Yacht Club was worth about $450,000, my friend?
As a Bored Ape Yacht Club holder, I remember it well. I remember it very well.
Very well. CryptoPunks are not far behind. Mutants teetering up a little bit. Moonbirds down. Goblin Town down. World of Woman down. CloneX down. Doodles are down, but they did go up. They did go up. What? Why did they go up, Yossi? What happened yesterday?
We're going to spend a lot of time going on why they went up and why they went down. But before we jump into that, I actually want to ask you a question. What are your thoughts on Azukis being under 10 ETH? Sorry, not Azukis, on Moonbirds being under 10 ETH. It hasn't been under 10 ETH for a long time. Is that a buy opportunity? Stanley, what are your thoughts?
Oh, such a tough question. So I've had this conversation with a few different people, and you could look at it from I don't know if this is an educated way or not. We do know they're coming out with a governance token, and there's going to be some sort of token coming out. They are very adamant about that information. It's coming out either later this year or early next year. So you have to assume that they're going to give every holder some this token, right? If you compare it to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right, and what ApeCoin was worth and what you got in ApeCoin, you got real money. I believe it was about $60,000 or $70,000 and more, right? $80,000 or $90,000 just for holding an ape, right? So right now, your Moonbird is worth about 15 grand, give or take. If you're going to get a token with a value, is that value going to be worth more than $15,000 alone? Is that like a play you could make here and betting on Kevin Rose and the team that you're going to buy Moonbird, you're going to stake it, and you're going to assume that your token that you're going to get is going to give you at least some of that value back, if not more. And you could flip it before the hype and probably make a profit on it, or you could hold it long term and probably make a profit on it. Hashtag do your own research, not financial advice.
Okay, well, you heard it here. Let's go on to the big announcements that happened with Doodles and why we've seen such volatility in the price movement of Doodles. We saw it climb 2 ETH and then come back down to where it is kind of today. Before the announcement, Doodles announced that they had raised a $50 million round at a $704 million valuation. Kind of feels like VeeFriends, $50 million. Kevin Rose and Moonbirds, $50 million. You get $50 million. You get $50 million. Anyone out there, $50 million seems to be the magic number that all of these projects need to have in order to be able to succeed. But they came out with that announcement, A16Z leading the round and also led the rounds into Moonbirds and into VeeFriends. So they are pretty much seeing that they're everywhere. But we also had a big investor from Dig. Was it Dig or
Reddit?
From Reddit. Sorry, I'm confusing Kevin. Yeah, from Reddit investing in the round. And they're saying that their mission is to become the #1 brand for metaverse entertainment. That is their strategy, and there's a lot of stuff that they're doing and unpacking in there. Stanley, tell us more. What's coming from the world of Doodles from this announcement?
Well, I think the big thing that they announced is that they're hiring. They're hiring 18 new positions are going up. Everything from social media, which, what is it, 40 days they haven't tweeted in, 50 days, some obscene amount of time that they have not communicated with the community over Twitter. Not sure they needed to raise $50 million to put out a tweet, but hey, it is what it is. They announced that they hired head of brand partnerships, somebody that's been working in the Fortune 500 space for 12 years, has a big name, big reputation. That was probably one of the bigger announcements that they have made. We are hiring, we are growing. They're a team of 11. Their goal is to be a team of 30. I mean, look, I don't know. Like, I understand they're in capital raising mode and they're busy head down raising money, but did they need to really go raise $50 million to put out a tweet? Did they really need to go raise $50 million to hire an employee? Is that the right strategy? Is whoever is guiding them through this, their CEO or their consultants or whoever's on board there? I don't know if that's how I would have done it. I don't know if I would have, waited until we raised the money to go put out a job ad, waited to raise the money to go put out a tweet. I don't.
The Doodles community has had some backlash, a lot of backlash over their silence over the last 2 months, especially because they did a big sale of the duplicator. I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was about $25 million that they generated out of that sale. So not a small number, and then kind of disappeared. And that's where you're seeing a lot of the backlash coming from the community saying, what, can you not tweet? Can you not hire a community manager, someone to tell us what's going on in the world of Doodles? But let's move on to the investment side a little bit of the strategy. We're seeing investors, and apologies, I said A16Z led the round, and that actually isn't correct. A16Z did not lead this round.
Alexis did, right? Alexis is 7.
Correct. And the amount was $54 million. But what disappoints me over here, and what we're seeing, even with VFriends, with A16Z and Moonbirds, is that the VCs are buying equity in these companies. They're not buying the NFTs. They're not buying the tokens. They're not buying the things that are supposed to be these revolutionary new assets, new ways of building businesses and being part of the community. I am biased. I have a company called Metaversal, and we invest in NFT projects and the companies, but we always take a position in the NFTs. If we're going to invest in something like Kevin Rose's business, we want to hold Moonbirds. We want to put a big percentage of our capital into being part of the community and holding the assets so that we're aligned in where value should be delivered. And this gives me a cautionary tale. It's a cautionary flag saying, well, if the VCs are not on the same side as the community, well, then what's going to happen to the incentives down the line for this project? Is it going to be more about just releasing more and more and more that generates more revenue? Or is there going to be value that goes back to the holders? And we've seen a lot of people giving a lot of shade to Doodles and other projects that this is not what they expect. They want to be partial owners. They want to get some of the money. I don't think that's the right take. But what I'm disappointed in is that I'd like to see VCs in this space being true to the form and investing where their money is, holding the assets that are the NFTs.
And the only ones that did this was Yuga, right? In order for you to be a Yuga investor, you had to actually hold the NFT.
But that was one. You heard it all.
But that is authentic to the brand, right? Like, even if you had to go drop whatever it was at that time, 30 grand for Immune or whatever it is, it's, if you're looking at it now, they did it the right way, right? Like these people don't even have equity on the NFT side. And I agree with you there. Right. And listen, I think we're going down the route of, okay, we obviously need VC money to function. We need real people to come in here and build these companies. And there's a movement that's happening where hopefully one of these companies is going to go become, the next Facebook, the next Apple, the next Google, whatever it might be, right? And I think that's like what everybody's betting on, right? I don't think the degens who are day trading this are betting on, but at the same time, I think that is the path that's drawn out here, right? Why else are they raising money? What else is there? What other reasons is there to raise money for except to go build a team that's going to go and execute and build your brand? So they are following a similar pathway to traditional Web 2. And I mean, I think that's what it's going to be, right? I don't think that's going to stop. I don't see how it will, because the people that were making these big promises and couldn't deliver on them are saying, guys, we ran out of money. We didn't know it was going to cost us this much money to function, which is kind of true.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out and how this plays out for the Doodles community. One thing for sure, we do know, top-notch team, top-notch project. We have Pharrell in the previous announcement joining as part of the brand. They are alluding to music being part and core to what is to come into the Doodles world. So pretty exciting to see what will come out of the project. I have no doubt it's going to be interesting, it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be innovative. How that plays out into the world of NFTs and this entire economy, well, we're going to have to wait and see. We are one day behind the merge happening as well. So most of the attention is around that. And I think after the merge happens, and if it's successful, hopefully it will be, we should start to see a lot more trading activity in the NFTs themselves. So I'm starting to expect a little bit of a rally post-merge.
Ooh, you heard it here first. Rally coming soon. Hashtag not financial advice. One thing I'm going to say, and this kind of, I was just thinking about this, I think, once again, do your own research, but I think a strategy that a lot of people are going to start to realize is, for example, if you're a Doodles holder and they're giving you, the next NFT for free, it might be time to sell that NFT and take profit, right? Because it might be worthless, right? It might not actually mean something. It might not be part of their ecosystem. I think, and I'm guilty of this as well, we're accumulating all these little NFTs that are part of this ecosystem waiting for something amazing to happen. It might not, right? And if you're taking that profit as you're going and you're still kind of holding the Genesis NFT for a long term, you're hopefully make money off that Genesis NFT. But as you're getting these secondary duplicators, whatever it is, right, now you're taking profit off the table, and you're probably selling it at its peak if you're selling it right away when it drops. Do your own research, not financial advice. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Remember, the GOAT Vault is still there. Not doing as well as we want it to be doing, but it's still $15,000. It's still some money. It's still real Moulin Rouge. So if you want to get a piece of that dollar, that Ethereum, smash that subscribe button. You automatically get entered in a chance to win one of these NFTs. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, we open up the vault and give it away to you. So make sure you do not miss out. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you soon with more alpha, more news, more analysis. And also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. We are doing Twitter Spaces Mondays at 9:30. Yasi and I talking shop. You better be there. We'll see you guys soon. Hope everybody has a great day.